Today we are going to be doing a deck profile for Mr. Kyle Hoskins. He got top 4 at Twin Falls OTS Championship with
Burning Abyss.
All right, and what place did you get?
Top 4.
Top 4. All right.
Haven't finished yet.
All right. Well, let's just get into the deck profile.
All right. So, not gonna lie, I did not build this deck. This deck was handed to me, and it was pretty self-explanatory once you read the cards. But it starts out with 3 Skarms. Obviously, the saying of the deck. Search it out, get your tour guides. I feel this is the main powerhouse of the deck. Graph. Without him, he helps sets up the combo. 3 Sir. This just pushes it over the edge. And, you know, just dirty. The biggest one of them all, though, I would think the main primary engine is the tour guides. Must 3 of, no question about it. They search for any of the abysses along with themselves. Learned the hard way about Burning Abyss's effects and tour guide. It was scary. 3 Mathematicians, because obviously it just gets the deck rolling too. It's backup. 3 Veilers, because you never know. Chaos Sorcerers, because you gotta have your backup powerhouses. And then BLS, obvious. Dad, obvious. And the card that really threw me off was this one, Feliz Navidad. This combined with Mathematician, instantaneous Black Rose every time. It's too good not to do. Spell lineup, Pot of Dichotomy. I personally don't think this is a good card, but with this lineup, it's necessary. It lets you recycle. They let you recycle your combo, do all that. Rank Up Magician, Rank Up Magic Astral Force. I just don't know what to say to this card. It kind of pushes it over the edge a little bit with the certain rank ups you can go to. I did have 3 of this and 3 pots, but at the last minute, right before the tournament started, I put in 2 MSTs. It was the best call I could have made. You know, I didn't want to have a dead draw all the time, and at times this just pushed him over the edge. Back to square one, it's the removal for the deck. Along with the Burning Abyss, you can still go to town with them. Just too good not to. Allure, obviously. And my super backup, Foolish. Double Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. This card just wins games. Just put your opponent in lockdown. I was surprised to see these at first, and then I realized once I have out what I need, it's game over. Once I drop Vanities, there's just nothing they can do. And then Obvies, Solemns, and Compulse. And the one card that the real all-star of the day was Karma Cut. This card helped me take out the crazy Monarch shenanigans that was going on.
Alright, so let's move on to the side deck.
Let's do the extra deck.
Extra deck? Okay.
Okay, so extra deck, obviously Black Rose. You have to have a World Destruction. So good. Dante, I wish I'd have put 3 in here almost. It's so good. He just adds fuel to the fire for this deck. It's absurd. Ghost Trick Alucard. This card is just removal. At first I thought it was only spells and traps, and I thought it was bad, and then I actually read the card and realized that it does creatures too. So, all-star right there in my eyes. Staple, Zenmaines. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. This guy, he was the wild card. I didn't quite understand why he was in there at first, until I had my opponent under 2,000 life, and I realized I can attack directly, just final push, because there's no cowboy in here. Granosaurus, I at first was like, why? And then Downerd Magician. This guy basically just lets you get that little final bit into as well. I don't care, it's a guy. The Crimson Knight, it's just fodder for rank up. Lets you get your pump up your Ghost Trick. On top of, it steals a card from your opponent, and he has the ability to come back on his own. Just too good not to. Constellar Pallades, this Best card I've summoned all day. I didn't understand that at first that you could use it on both players' turns, and then once I discovered that, it was game over. This is why Granosaurus is in there, is for Volcasaurus. Never once got to summon him today, so I don't really quite know how good he is. And this is just for an oops, I win. Here's the final points of damage. Gaia Dragon, just powerhouse. Sideboard, pretty obvious. Flying Seas for the mirror match. Anything that does heavy exceeding. No, Teller Knights, there we go. Maxi, I honestly did not bring this in one time. I didn't see it. I wasn't in the mirror match or anything, so but it's still good to play the Maxi challenge. I put the third rank up in the board and the third pot of dichotomy for just in case and emergency if I needed more. And the other nice thing about rank up 2 that I discovered is that it brings itself back from the grave per its conditions. Basically, Mystical Space Typhoon and Twister. I thought about putting Dust Tornado in at first, and then everyone told me that Royal Decree was a thing again, so Twister is an obvious pick over Dust Tornado. Stygian Dirge. All-Star. Wins games. Transmigration. This was the wild card I threw in last minute because of Burning Abyss and other things. Anything that really abuses the grave, this will just hurt them. On top of it lets me recycle my abysses. Chain Disappearance, I've got one word for you. Rainbow Karibo. That's it. Non-fusionary, didn't bring it in. I was told to keep one in the board. I didn't quite know what it was for, and then they told me it was for
Shuttles.
And I just had to put in a third Wing Blast. I felt I needed to have 3 in the extra, and it was good to have 3 altogether. And this is the deck that I played.
Well, congratulations, Kyle, on your top 4 going to Nationals. Gaia Night Gaming signing out.